that picture kept bothering me. And I don't know why, but it just kept bothering me. And I looked at it, and I kept going through things, and I kind of kept looking at it, and I went back through some other things, and I made my way to the bottom of that box. That picture was really bothering me. I got that picture, and I looked at it again, and I looked at the month and the year that was on that picture, and it hit me. That's the month and year I was born. My mom is a string bean. Clearly, she is not pregnant. How does that work? Well, I thought about that, and I pondered on it hard, because I thought, why is that picture of my mom and those divorce papers in the same box? Is the woman that my dad was married to previously, is that my mother? Who is my mother? Is my mom my mom? It provoked me enough that I decided I need to have a DNA test done. I didn't know the first thing about going and getting a DNA test, but I had it done. And, yep, you guessed it. Nope. She was not my biological mother. How old did I say I was when I found that box and all this happened? 6, 7 years ago. I'm 64 right now. So who's my mom? I don't know. Do I want to know? Nope, I sure don't. And it's not a mean sort of, oh no, I don't want to know. It's a, I'm good. I don't need to know. I'm fine. Betrayal. Betrayal from a parent that did not share information with you, and somebody that acted like they were your parent and were not. And then also finding out at the same time from a family friend, well, you know, do you know that you have a brother? And I said, well, yeah, I have a brother. He died when I was 18 and he was 16 in a car accident. And no, you have another brother. And I went, I don't know what you're talking about. And she explained it to me. That was hard. And while all this is going on, my boss has become pretty disenchanted with me not being at work. You know, when you have a position of some level of authority where people depend on you to run a department, and rightly so, it is difficult for them to move forward and manage on a daily basis when a key individual is not there. And it's not that I was the end all and be all, because there are lots of great people, you know, in that department. But that was my job. That was my job to do that. And so not being there to do what needed to be done was a hardship, not only on my boss, but on my coworkers and on all the 68 individuals that depended on me. I was not able to meet their needs. And so that was kind of hard. That was hard to deal with. I loved that job. It was my career. I'll never leave this job for the rest of my life job. But, you know, life happens. So I made this video. This has been pretty rough. I have not meant to offend anybody by doing this video. You know, videos about the AT are so often perky and cheerful and happy, and as they should be, and adventuresome and you know, just exciting. But there are others that are preparing for the AT that have those feelings. I have all those feelings. I am very excited about hiking, and I think it's going to be fun and hard and amazing and an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm a female. I can do it. But all those things, there are still people that are having a hard time. And my apologies to those of you that are watching that feel like this might have been an inappropriate platform to share this information. I'm just going to have to say, I was encouraged to do this video. I felt compelled to do this video, and somebody is going to get something out of this. I know that they are. I don't know how helpful this is going to be. This is how I raised my kids. It's what I used to tell my staff, and it's what I've shared with friends and other family members. Life sometimes is like a huge, huge platter, and it's loaded with food. And there's so much food on there. It's stacked so high, and there's so much crammed on it that there's food falling off the sides of the platter. And somebody looks at you and says, you've got to eat all of that. You're going to eat every single bite. And you're thinking, I'm not going to eat all that. I can't eat all that. That's sometimes what life serves you. These tragedies, these hardships, it's a platter. It's a platter that's overflowing, and you're like, I can't handle all of that. Here's what you do. You take one bite at a time. One bite at a time. You can't eat the whole platter at once. You can't. It's impossible. You take one bite at a time until you're full, and you come back later and you take another bite. You get through it the best that you can. That's all. That's all you can do. No one can expect more than what you are capable of giving. No one. If you find that through all of the grief and distractions and things that you need to take care of, that you have a ton of white noise going on in your head, you can't focus and you can't think, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing. You know, when people say, I'm just going to give 150%, there's no such thing. There's 100%. That's all any of us have is 100%. That's it. The saying is great, but it's not true. And it's never going to be true. So if your mind, if your spirit, if your everything that goes on up here has got 80% white noise going on because you're just dealing with heartache and tragedy and whatever it is, that leaves you 20% to deal with. I need to take a shower today. I need to fix dinner. I need to wash the clothes. Oh, let me make sure that my husband knows I love him. Give him a kiss and a hug. Go see the grandchildren. Go work. Do your job. Clean the house. Take care of the dog. Play with the dog. Run errands. You got 20%. That's all you have left to do that. Now, do you want to give more than 20%? You do. But you can't because the other 80% is taken up. It's okay. You give the best that you can give. That's all you can do. And for me, going to counseling is, in addition to having a husband that I adore and would do anything for, and who loves me back the same way, and having children and grandchildren that I love, and having supportive, other significant others in my life. The other thing that helped me was going to counseling. And a lot of people are afraid to tell others that they've been to a counselor. I'm not afraid to tell people I've been to counseling, and neither should you be. If you're looking into it, if you want to go, if you're currently going and haven't shared that with other people, don't be ashamed or embarrassed that you're going to a counselor. They're doctors of the mind. Okay? Right? Think about it. When you have a broken arm, you go to an orthopedist. When you have a heart problem, you go to a cardiologist. When you have a problem of the mind, you go to a counselor, a psychologist or psychiatrist. They're specialists in that area that are trained to help you. There is no shame in going and getting, medical treatment for something that's not working properly in your body. The mind is part of your body. It's just like an arm, a heart, a leg. It's part of your body. If I had not had him and the other things that I talked about in my own spiritual beliefs that are very strong, I would not have made it. So, for those of you that need a hug, here's a hug. There's a fist bump for you. For those of you that need encouragement, I'm telling you, dig deep. You can do it. You can do it. And for those of you that wonder whether or not you can do a hike because of everything that you've been through, you don't feel like you have the strength, you don't feel like you have the, you're not brave enough. You are. You can do it. If you've been through all that stuff, you're brave enough to do that. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I'm going to close this video for now. It's been very, very long, but I am going to say thank you so very kindly for being patient with me as I shared this information, and I appreciate you being with me today. If this message reached anyone and you want to send me a comment, I will be happy to respond to you. If you look on my page, I have provided an email address where you can reach me personally if you don't feel like sharing over YouTube. That's completely understandable. That would be a very difficult thing to do. If you would consider subscribing to my channel, then I would be honored for you to join. It would mean a lot to me. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and have more cheerful videos in the future. I think now that everybody knows what the problems have been, now you know why I'm going on a journey of healing, because I need to close the chapter of that book and start a new book with a new chapter and become a different person when I come back. A better person, a person that's healed. So take really good care and know somebody cares about you and believes in you. And I'll see you in the next video.